Morning, everybody. Welcome to your Morning Minute on Mile High Sports. I'm Shawn Drotar. He's TJ Carpenter. And as we get close to the Broncos and Bengals in a must-win game, I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
Must win, even if there's a chance to start making a playoff run. The Broncos made a change. They've moved away from Isaiah McKenzie, who had been fumbling left and right on the punt returns. Now they're going to Jordan Taylor, who may be out there primarily to fair catch for at least a couple times. They're starting to make a couple more moves. We've seen the Brock Osweiler move. We've seen the Isaiah McKenzie move. Is this the start? Do you feel that they're really starting to change things, or are these just kind of half measures that needed to happen?
Yeah, too little, too late, in my opinion. They do have a significant issue when it comes to starting field position on offense and defense. Starting position on average on offense is 29th in the league, and on defense it's 32nd. They're giving up the 35-yard line on average to their opponents in terms of starting field position, and a lot of that comes down to the turnovers and the lack of special teams efficiency. That comes down on obviously Isaiah McKenzie for the drops, but also on Brock Olivo for not making the necessary changes, and ultimately on Vance Joseph for not making these changes sooner when they needed to be made at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, obviously this is a step that they're going to have to go ahead and get this game and tightening up so much of it. You're exactly right, TJ. You look at the punt fumbles and you say, okay, that's the problem. Well, punt coverage hasn't been all that great. Kickoff coverage was obviously taken advantage of. Dion Lewis, 103 yards straight down the sideline last week. So there are a bunch of concerns there for the Broncos, special teams among them. But as you also pointed out during our show today, even if you had said last week that 24 points were directly given up by special teams, the Broncos would have still lost to the Pats by 1.
Yeah, and look, the blocked punt wasn't great either. Added the fact that Brandon McManus has been a little sketchy, although he's been better as of late. Has missed a lot of kicks so far this season. So there's a lot of stuff they need to get better at. Special teams is just one aspect of it. As you mentioned earlier on the show, it's kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, in terms of the moves that needed to be made. Now we'll see whether or not they're going to make any of the other moves necessary to maybe move them in a little bit of a positive direction as they near the end of the season.
Vance Joseph suggested that Paxton Lynch might be in uniform on Sunday. We'll talk more about that tomorrow when we get a better idea of how that all shakes out, and we'll make all our picks tomorrow right here against the spread. We do that left and right, and you should just listen to TJ's because Nate and I are absolutely terrible at it. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Check us here at 7 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, and all the time you can get it downloaded on milehighsports.com. For TJ, I'm Shawn, and for Nate, who'll be back tomorrow, this has been your Morning Minute on Mile High Sports.